Imagine you're asked this case in your interview. A global streaming platform wants to buy the exclusive 5-year digital rights of the world's largest cricket league. The client wants to know if they should participate in this auction and if yes, how much should they bid for? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Pathfinder with Yadnika. Today in this video, I'll be talking about the entertainment, auctions and bidding category of the unconventional cases in detail. So let's get started. To solve these type of cases, we'll look at the problem from the lens of value. First is viewership impact. First ask, how many viewers will this attract? This drives the expected reach of the content. Then think about the TRP uplift if it's TV and subscriber uplift if it's OTT, because more viewers means more subscriptions and hence more ad revenues. Second is alternate uses and synergies. This is where you look beyond just subscriptions. Ask what else can we do with this content? Possible synergies could be cross selling other products, for example, a sports platform promoting fantasy gaming or betting. Brand lift, becoming the home of cricket, boosts brand perception in the case I mentioned earlier. Then merchandising, selling team jerseys, collectibles, or licensed products, etc. Bundling, using this content to strengthen premium subscription bundles. This helps you capture the strategic value, not just direct revenue. Then comes the lifetime value estimation. How much is each subscriber worth? Calculate the new subscribers into the lifetime value. Also consider the advertising premium, that is higher ad revenues due to higher reach, and churn rate because exclusive content keeps users locked into your platform longer. So this section gives you the total incremental lifetime value from winning the bid. Next is uncertainty and scenarios. No auction is risk free. You must also analyze the best case, medium case, and worst case scenarios. This gives you a range of possible revenues, not just a single number. Next is entry price and exit rule. Finally, you decide what is the maximum we are willing to pay. This is your walk away value. It is simply NPV of incremental value. If the bidding price exceeds this, your client should not participate. This is how firms stay disciplined and avoid overbidding in emotional auctions. So now let's start solving the example I mentioned in the beginning of this video. I'll start by writing the problem statement on my sheet of paper first. Then I would start with asking some clarifying questions. First, I'll clarify the objectives of the firm. Are they looking for increasing the short term profits or increasing the number of subscribers? Are they looking to have a brand leadership or a defensive positioning, etc.? Let's say the interviewer mentions that the client values growth and strategic positioning. Then I would ask about the asset details. Is exclusivity global or is it only limited to regional? Then I would ask if the streaming would be only live or can we play highlights, clips, and replays as well. Let's say the interviewer says that we'll get global exclusivity and full digital rights, including highlights, short clips, and replays. Then I would ask a few questions on the commercial rights like the ad rights, sponsorship, sub-licensing, etc. The interviewer mentions that we can sublicense non-core regions after acquisition to hedge against downside risk, and hence we can justify bidding a higher amount than we otherwise would. Then I would ask about the competition. Who are the major bidders here? Is it the television, big tech, or the local players? The interviewer says major bidders include one national broadcaster, one telecom backed platform, and one global tech firm. Then I would ask about the internal constraints. Is there a budget cap or a hurdle rate, or are there any regulatory constraints, etc.? We get to know that the internal hurdle rate is 12% and no current legal blockage exists, but exclusivity may face review in some countries. Now let's look at the problem from the lens of value. Let's start with viewership impact. Here we will estimate how much will the content help us. This cricket league will add incremental subscribers, increase engagement hours, improve retention, and reduce churn. Let's say the interviewer has asked to assume a number for the total current subscribers of the platform. We assume it to be around 80 million. Expected increment in subscribers globally after buying the exclusive cricket league rights would be around 15 million. Let's assume the annual churn rate is 2%. So the asset is valuable not just for acquiring users, but also for keeping existing ones and increasing the time spent, which affects the ad inventory. Now let's talk about the alternate uses or synergies. This content can be bundled with premium sports tiers, used for cross selling merchandise, fancy leagues, betting partnerships, etc., anchored to launch in new markets, used as a leverage against competitors. It also acts as a defensive mode, preventing rivals from acquiring the asset. Moving on to the lifetime value, we will estimate the incremental value here. Incremental subscribers, as we discussed earlier, would be around 15 million. Let's assume the average revenue per user would be around $8 per month, which is $96 per year for one user. For a period of 5 years, the revenue would be $480 per user. Hence, the incremental value here is 15 million into $480, that is $7.2 billion. Let's assume the annual churn reduction is 2%. Let's calculate the retention benefit now. 80 million into 2% churn reduction rate would give us 1.6 million subscribers that are saved because of the streaming of the cricket league on our platform. Hence, 1.6 million into $96 per year into 5 years would give us around $768 million. We have earned this amount because of the retention benefit of subscribers. Ads and cross selling contribute another $1 billion. Hence, the total value would be around $9 billion. This becomes our economic ceiling. Let's understand the uncertainty and various scenarios here. A few of them could be competitors counterbundling or retaliating. ARPU may drop due to discounting. Subscriber uptake could range from 8 million to 25 million. So, in that case, we will estimate the value both for the downside 8 million and the upside, which is 25 million subscribers. Hence, the expected value weighted would be $9 billion. Let's discuss the entry pricing and the exit rule. First, we take the total expected value from subscribers, ads, and retention and discount it at the client's hurdle rate of 12%. That gives us the NPV of the opportunity, which in this case comes to be around $7 billion. But in auction, you never bid the full NPV. You need a buffer for execution risk and uncertainty. So instead of bidding $7 billion, we apply a risk buffer and decide to bid only 70 to 75% of that NPV, which gives us a safer and a more disciplined bid range of 5 to $5.5 billion. Finally, we set a walkaway rule. If the auction price goes above $6 billion, we exit. Now I'll mention a few more integrated nuances that you can use while solving this case. First is the winner's curse. Auction format pushes irrational overbidding, hence discipline is very critical. Regulatory risk. Exclusive sports rights may face antitrust scrutiny. Brand impact. Being the home of cricket has non-monetizable brand value. Tech readiness. Platform must handle peak concurrency and crowd. Reputation risk. Service outages during matches would destroy the trust. These nuances influence the buffer we apply to our bid and the governance of the decision. Moving on to the final recommendation, I would recommend that the client participate in the auction with the maximum bid of $5.5 billion. This bid captures the full value from subscriber growth, retention benefits, and advertising revenue while also accounting for strategic advantage and execution risk. However, if the auction price goes beyond $6 billion, we should walk away and instead invest that capital into local sports rights, original content, or strategic bundling partnerships. So that is how you solve an auctions case. In the next video, I'll be talking about how to solve public policy cases in detail. So stay tuned for that. Please hit the like button if you found this video helpful and subscribe to my channel to stay updated. I'll see you in the next one.